What is going on, world? This is Jack with NCPreps, and I'm here interviewing ONeil Palmer, also known as Coach ONeil, to his many trainees. How are you doing, Coach ONeil?
I'm doing good, Jack. How about you?
I'm good. Let's go ahead and get right into these questions. First of all, introduce yourself, who you are, where you work, and who you work with. Who do you train?
I'm ONeil Palmer, Charlotte native, graduated from E.E. Waddell High School. I coach middle school football, basketball, track, assistant coach at RGKL. I own a company called Ace Skill Development that trains basketball, track, and also does strength conditioning for youth athletes, also high school and college guys, and some pros.
And the people that you train, like what age range?
I have guys that are in their 20s all the way down to guys that are 7. So they range from college pros to elementary.
And you were just with a guy in the gym that went signed overseas with Luxembourg, right?
Yeah, there's a couple guys. There's Dan Camps signed over somewhere in Germany. You got Josh Freund that's in Israel, even Devin Cooper. But I don't, Devin Cooper has a couple other guys that train with him too. He's overseas. There's a couple guys there that are over there.
In your opinion, what is your impact on youth sports in the Charlotte area?
I mean, I've been in South Charlotte, Ballantyne area since I was 21. I'm 33 now, about to turn 34. So you're looking about 13 years, 14 years been in that area alone. I've been at Community House Middle School for 13 years alone for being a track coach. So worked at the Y since I was probably about 19. So I'm embedded in South Charlotte. I would think that it's hard to go around and people might not know who I am. It'd be hard to find someone that doesn't know who I am in that area.
I was just talking about it with someone else. I was telling him, I was saying, if someone was involved in athletics, high school athletics or anything, they've probably met ONeil. They were trained with him. I mean, you've seen it all.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
So what got you into personal coaching and training?
Well, working at the YMCA. The YMCA has created a lot of relationships for me when I was right out of high school. So I would just be working out and, you play pickup ball, whatever, and I would be training outside of that just to stay in shape. And reffing games, and parents would see me in the gym working out and like, do you train? And I kind of my first client was actually this guy named Andy Sawyer. I don't know if you know Hayden Sawyer.
Yeah.
It's his older brother. He asked me, he was like, hey, man, will you start training me? And that's what started it all from there. And every once in a while, I'd start having a couple of parents ask me at the Y on the weekends at Y's when I'm reffing, and then it kind of just developed into what it is today. It was like a side thing, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I got a big clientele list. I got a big list of clients, and now I can survive. I'm just doing that now. I quit my job 2 years ago to do this, and I enjoy every minute of it. Obviously, I mean, Jack, you even trained with me.
It's top class stuff, man. It's the real deal. So when training or coaching, what ideas are you trying to get across to the kids you are training?
Well, I mean, I'm more basic skill. Let's master these basic skills before we go into learning a triple step back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let's work on the basic of a pivot, or having the right pivot foot, how to step into a jump shot. Mastering just a basic pull up instead of a turnaround fadeaway pull up, which is not a bad thing when you get to a certain level, but most people aren't ready for that.
Right.
So working on those basics, I really zone in on basics, and also situational play. So if you came to one of my sessions, we would do skill development work for an hour or so, depending on what we're working on that day. And maybe we worked on ball screens or lift and drifts, and then we'd do live situational plays out of whatever we worked on. So if we worked on ball screen, reading the ball screen, we would play live situations out of it so that they can see the real game situation and how it is, and having to read and react to the right read on deep from the defender. So it's kind of what I kind of do is just we work on something that day, then we go into situational play out of it.
Okay. Fundamentals first, though, right?
Yes, fundamentals are key first.
And your future goals for your training / coaching?
I mean, everybody wants to grow, man. That's the thing. You want to grow. You want to be bigger. You know what I mean? You want to be bigger. I want to have my own gym. Those are things that I'm working on. I've been working on, trying to get everything together, lined up. And then also I want to start an AAU program. So I've been working on that too. It might start up this fall, actually, depending on how school sports ends up. If they end up canceling middle school sports, then I'm gonna probably start a middle school AAU team. If middle school sports start up, then I'll probably push to my original plan before all this Corona stuff happened was to launch next spring for AAU. But with everything going on, I have opportunity to start it this fall.
Oh man, I can't think of anyone better to coach.
I appreciate it, Jack. I'm just trying, man. I'm trying, Jack. I'm trying.
Well, we see the effort, you know. I mean, it's grown into, you got like the empire in South Charlotte. You got.
I wouldn't call it that, man. It's still a work in progress. Always a work in progress.
Oh.
Always improvements, man. Always.
Well, that's all the time that we have. But thank you again.
I appreciate it, Jack. I appreciate you bringing me in for the first interview, bro. I appreciate it, man.
You were the first person that came up, man. I couldn't think of anyone else.
I appreciate it, man.
So, anyhow, you have a good
All right, bro. Have a good week, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You take it easy, all right?
Go to bed, man. You got school in the morning.
Yeah. All right, man. You take it easy.